Under the biting November rain, Nathan Caldwell, CEO of Horizon eatery chain, stepped out of his beat-up pickup truck disguised as Hank Grayson, a delivery driver. But he wasn't there to drop off orders, he was there to uncover the truth. Horizon Bistro number 17 glowed with sky-high revenue. But behind the glitz lurked an alarming staff turnover rate and bitter customer complaints. An unfair system was crushing hard workers like Mia, a server whose tips were stolen by her own manager. Can Nathan expose the dark plot at play? Stay tuned to find out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to catch more thrilling stories. Let's spread justice and truth together. Under the drizzling rain of a November morning, Nathan Caldwell, CEO of Horizon eatery chain, stepped out of his weathered Chevy pickup truck disguised as Hank Grayson, an independent delivery driver. His faded jeans, dark gray flannel jacket, and a baseball cap pulled low hid his sharp eyes. Rain soaked his shoulders, but Nathan didn't care. He was at Horizon Bistro number 17 with a clear mission: to investigate why this location boasted sky-high revenue on paper yet faced an alarming staff turnover rate and scathing customer reviews on social media. The perfect reports from regional manager Marcus and branch manager Victor Reynolds made Nathan suspicious. "They're hiding something," he muttered, gripping the steering wheel before stepping out. "I'll find the truth." He pushed through the door, greeted by the aroma of toasted bread, fried eggs, and freshly brewed coffee, stirring memories of his early days in the industry as a low-level employee. The floor was clean, but the corners near the entrance were caked with grime, as if no one bothered to sweep. A Employee of the Month board hung on the wall, still displaying the winner from July, though it was now mid-November. Nathan frowned, noting mentally, "Sloppy management like this and revenues still high? Something's off." The young hostess, Lena, greeted him with a forced smile, not wearing the required Horizon badge. "Hi. Sit wherever you like," she said, her voice flat, eyes scanning past him as if distracted. "You're not gonna ask where I'd like to sit?" Nathan replied, using Hank Grayson's low drawl, testing her reaction. Lena flushed, stammering, "Sorry, would you like a window seat?" Nathan shook his head, choosing a table near the kitchen door, perfect for observing the action. "Black coffee for now," he said, his eyes sweeping the restaurant. Two male servers, Ethan and Caleb, in neat uniforms, moved sluggishly, huddled near the coffee station, laughing instead of working. "Yo, Ethan. Hitting the bar tonight?" Caleb called out loud enough for customers to hear. Ethan shrugged. "You bet, this shift's boring as hell." They were handling just 3 tables each, while the third server, Mia, a young woman with her hair tied high, moved like a whirlwind. Mia balanced 4 plates of food in one hand, a coffee pot in the other, serving 8 tables with astonishing speed. Her uniform was clean, but Nathan noticed the frayed edges and the faded Horizon logo on her chest, as if she'd worn it through hundreds of shifts. "Hi, I'm Mia," she said, approaching Nathan's table with a bright smile, though her eyes betrayed exhaustion. "What can I get you today?" "Black coffee, and let me see the specials," Nathan replied, keeping his tone friendly. Mia winked. "The specials are loaded toast, long-haul fuel, driver's love. It'll keep you going for a few hundred miles." Nathan gave a small smile, appreciating her finesse. "Sounds good. I'll take one. You're working hard out there." "Huh? Place is packed." Mia hesitated, her eyes flicking toward Ethan and Caleb, still joking around. "Yeah, it's like this every day, but I'm used to it," she said, her voice softening. Nathan watched her return to work, her skill and dedication starkly contrasting the laziness of the other two. Through the kitchen window, he spotted Victor Reynolds, the branch manager, thinner than in his company photo, talking to Ethan. Both glanced at Mia, a smirk curling Victor's lips, making Nathan's grip tighten on his coffee mug. Something's not right here, he thought. Suddenly, a customer at a nearby table barked, "I've been waiting 20 minutes and no one's brought water." Mia rushed over, apologizing profusely, though it wasn't her table. Ethan glanced over, shrugged, and went back to chatting with Caleb. Nathan jotted another mental note. Not just lazy, there's clear unfairness here. He decided to stay longer, pretending to study the menu, his eyes fixed on Mia. When she brought his loaded toast, Nathan asked, "How long you been working here, Mia?" She smiled, but her eyes held a hint of sadness. "Almost 2 years, sir. I love the job, but it's not always easy. Her unfinished sentence piqued Nathan's curiosity. He felt an odd connection. Mia reminded him of himself years ago, working tirelessly with no recognition. "Keep at it, kid," he said warmly. "Someone's gonna see your talent." Mia nodded, but her skeptical look suggested she'd heard empty encouragement too many times. As she walked away, Nathan knew he was facing a mystery bigger than doctored reports. This isn't just bad management, he thought, stepping outside and pulling out his phone to call Elena Torres, head of internal investigations. "Elena, get ready. We've got a big problem at Branch 17. The drizzle continued outside Horizon Bistro number 17, but inside, the air was thick with the injustice Nathan Caldwell, disguised as Hank Grayson, was beginning to uncover. Sitting at a table near the kitchen door, Nathan watched Mia, the young server with her hair tied high, moving with remarkable speed and grace. She handled 10 tables, balancing 4 plates of food in one hand and a coffee pot in the other, while Ethan and Caleb, the 2 male servers, lazily managed 3 tables each, lounging by the coffee station, chatting. "Yo, Caleb, bar tonight?" Ethan asked with a smirk. "Hell yeah. This shift's a drag," Caleb replied, not bothering to glance at the waiting customers. Nathan's grip tightened around his coffee mug, his sharp eyes tracking every move. Mia returned to his table, slightly out of breath but maintaining her composure. Dark circles under her eyes were masked by thin makeup, but Nathan spotted the signs of exhaustion. "Here's your coffee," she said, setting the mug down with a tired but genuine smile. "And the loaded toast special, long-haul fuel, driver's love. It'll keep you going for a few hundred miles." She winked, trying to stay upbeat. Nathan nodded, keeping Hank's low drawl. "Thanks, Mia. You're working hard out there. Like this every day?" Mia hesitated, her eyes flicking toward Ethan and Caleb. "Yes, every day. But I'm used to it," she said softly, echoing her earlier words. Nathan noticed her hand tremble slightly as she poured more coffee, not from clumsiness, but from fatigue. He decided to probe deeper. "You're working twice as hard as those 2 guys," he said, his tone friendly but deliberate. Mia's smile faded. She glanced around the counter, ensuring no one could hear, then whispered, "It's just the schedule, sir. Some sections are busier." Nathan raised an eyebrow, sensing her evasion. "Tips must be good though, right?" he asked, watching her closely. Mia gripped the coffee pot tightly, her knuckles whitening. "Mornings are actually the worst," she said, almost in a whisper, "especially when only a few people get the big share." Her words hit Nathan like a lightning bolt. He observed more closely. Lena, the hostess, had just seated a family of 4 in Mia's section, despite empty tables in Ethan and Caleb's areas. Through the kitchen window, Nathan saw Victor Reynolds, the branch manager, thinner than in his company photo, talking to Ethan. The smirk on Victor's face and Ethan's nod made Nathan's blood simmer. What are they doing to her? He thought. He noted mentally, Ethan bore a striking resemblance to Victor, almost like family. Both glanced at Mia, laughing not with concern, but with a cruel amusement. Nathan decided to keep the conversation going, to dig for more. "My daughter's thinking about getting a job here," he said, feigning curiosity. "What's this place like, Mia?" Her shoulders relaxed, her eyes softening as if she felt safer. "It used to be better," she said quietly, "before Victor came. Now things are different." "Different how?" Nathan asked, his tone gentle, like a concerned father. Mia hesitated, her eyes darting toward Victor by the counter. "The tip-sharing system, it's not fair. I'm told I'll get my cash share at the end of the day." But she trailed off, her voice catching. "It's never right." Nathan's anger flared, but he stayed calm. "How much tip money are you losing?" Mia gave a bitter laugh, a spark of resentment in her eyes. "Probably close to $700 this month. I keep track of every shift, every check." But she paused, staring at the floor. "Who do I report to?" "Ethan's Victor's cousin. He gets the good shifts, access to the POS system. The regional manager probably doesn't care about someone like me." Nathan fought to keep his rage in check. "Why not quit, Mia? You deserve better." She looked at him, her eyes glistening but holding back tears. "I need the money for school loans. I'm almost done with my business degree, just a few months left. And I don't want to give up. I love this job, talking to customers. It's just," her voice shrank, "I'm tired of being treated like this." Mia's honesty struck a deep chord with Nathan. He'd been a server once, grinding to climb to CEO. He knew the sting of being undervalued, robbed of what he'd earned. But what stunned him more was Mia's revelation. She tracked every shift, every check. She's not just hardworking, she's smart and resilient, he thought. Suddenly, a shout came from a nearby table. "Miss, I ordered 15 minutes ago and nothing's here," a customer snapped, pointing at Mia. She rushed over, apologizing profusely. Though Nathan knew it wasn't her fault, Ethan and Caleb glanced over, shrugged, and resumed chatting. Nathan saw a pattern. When customers paid by card, Ethan or Caleb always swooped in to process the transaction even for Mia's tables. He suspected her digital tips never reached her. To test this, he ordered a dessert and paid by card, watching Ethan handle the POS system. When Mia brought the dessert, Nathan asked, "Do you ever see the card tips?" She shook her head, her voice low as if afraid of being overheard. "They say cash evens out at the end of the day, but I never see enough." A jolt ran through Nathan. This wasn't just unfairness, it was a rigged system designed to exploit. He stood, leaving a generous cash tip for Mia with a small note. "Keep at it, kid. Someone's gonna see your talent." As he left the restaurant, he called Elena Torres, head of internal investigations. "Elena, drop everything. Beat me in an hour. We've got a major problem at branch 17. Mia watched his back as he left, clutching the note, her eyes flickering with a mix of hope and doubt. She had no idea this unassuming driver was about to dismantle the corrupt system within her own restaurant. Nathan Caldwell, still posing as Hank Grayson, left Horizon Bistro number 17 with a smoldering anger in his chest. Mia's revelations about the unfair tip-sharing system, her meticulous record-keeping of every shift, and the favoritism shown to Ethan, Victor Reynolds' cousin, confirmed his suspicions. This wasn't just sloppy management, but an organized scheme. Back at the office, Nathan summoned Elena Torres, head of internal investigations at Horizon Eatery chain, and ordered her team to dive in immediately. "I want everything: PS records, security footage, employee complaints from the past 9 months. Leave no stone unturned," he said, his voice steely. Elena nodded, grasping the gravity of the situation. "We'll tear it all apart, Nathan. If there's anything shady, I'll find it." Within 24 hours, Elena's team uncovered a support staff system that didn't exist in Horizon's official policies, created by Victor himself. Mia and 6 other employees were classified under this category, causing their digital tips to automatically funnel to the primary POS operator, Ethan, 72% of the time. This system was designed to exploit, Elena reported, pointing to data on her screen. Whenever Mia or the others logged in as support, credit card tips never reached them. Nathan's fists clenched, his eyes darkening. What else? Security footage showed Victor counting cash at the end of each shift, handing the bulk to Ethan and a few favored employees, while Mia and others received meager amounts, sometimes just a few dollars. Financial analysis revealed a staggering truth. In 1 week, $923 in credit card tips were recorded, but only $487 was distributed to staff. The remaining $436 was funneled into Reynolds Ventures LLC, a personal business entity Victor set up shortly after taking over the branch. "He's not just stealing tips, he's running a shell company to launder the money," Elena said, her voice thick with outrage. Nathan nodded, recalling Mia's words. "Mornings are actually the worst, especially when only a few people get the big share." He asked, "What about employee complaints?" Elena shook her head. "For formal complaints in 9 months, all marked resolved by Ethan, the assistant manager, without ever reaching Marcus, the regional manager. He blocked them from the start," a former employee interviewed by phone revealed. "Asking about tips was the fastest way to get punished. They'd stick you on early mornings, split shifts, or the slowest sections. I quit because I couldn't take it." Nathan turned to Elena. "What about Mia? Why hasn't she left?" Elena handed him a transcript from an interview with one of Mia's former colleagues. "She needs the money for college loans. Mia's almost done with her business degree, just a few months left. She said, 'I need the money to pay off my loans, and I don't want to give up.' The flexible schedule here is the only thing keeping her, despite the exploitation." Nathan felt a mix of fury and admiration for Mia's resilience. He recalled her saying, "I love this job. Talking to customers. It's just, I'm tired of being treated like this." He stood, walking to the window, staring out at the city. "We're not just firing them, Elena. I want everyone to see the consequences of stealing from employees." This is a system and we're going to dismantle it. The plan was set Friday morning during the breakfast rush. Nathan would return as himself, but first he needed ironclad evidence. Tomorrow I'm going back, he said. You come with me, posing as Hank's daughter. We'll set a trap. Elena nodded. I'll bring recording equipment. If Victor or Ethan lie, we'll have proof. Thursday morning, Nathan and Elena entered Horizon Bistro and sat near the kitchen door. Mia recognized Nathan, her eyes flashing with surprise. But Victor quickly assigned Ethan to serve them. Citing rotating regular customers, Nathan ordered food, adding a $60 tip via a prepaid membership card. As Ethan processed the transaction, Nathan asked, "Do the tips get split evenly among everyone?" Ethan flashed a confident grin. "Of course, everyone gets their share at the end of the shift." Nathan exchanged a glance with Elena. They knew it was a lie. By day's end, TOS data confirmed. The $60 tip went straight to Ethan's ID, while Mia's ID showed no allocation. Testimony from 3 former employees further solidified the case. The membership card system was Victor's brainchild to siphon digital tips under the guise of modernization. He planned it from the start, Elena said, handing Nathan the final report. In total, $21,346 in tips had been embezzled over 6 months. Nathan gripped the report, recalling Mia's words. "I keep track of every shift, every check." He pictured her small notebook, filled with meticulously recorded numbers. A silent rebellion against injustice. "Tomorrow morning we end this," he said, his voice cold as steel. "I want Victor and Ethan to face the truth in front of everyone." Elena nodded. "I'll arrange security. 3 SUVs, right at peak hour." Nathan looked out, thinking of Mia. He remembered her saying, "Who do I report to?" "Ethan's Victor's cousin. The regional manager. Probably doesn't care about someone like me." He shook his head. "They're wrong, Mia," he muttered. "I care, and I'll make them pay." The plan was ready. Nathan envisioned Friday morning. He'd walk into the restaurant, no longer Hank Grayson but Nathan Caldwell, CEO, with the truth sharp as a blade. He'd confront Victor and Ethan, exposing their exploitative system in front of the customers, ensuring justice for Mia and the others. But deep down, he knew the real goal wasn't just punishment, it was restoring hope for people like Mia, who persevered despite the odds. Thursday morning, Nathan Caldwell and Elena Torres returned to Horizon Bistro number 17, determined to set the final trap to expose Victor Reynolds and his cousin Ethan. Nathan, still as Hank Grayson, sat with Elena, posing as Hank's daughter, at a table near the kitchen door. Mia recognized Nathan, her eyes flickering with surprise. But Victor quickly assigned Ethan to serve them. Citing rotating regular customers, Nathan ordered food, deliberately adding a $60 tip via a prepaid membership card. As Ethan processed the transaction on the POS system, Nathan asked, his tone friendly but sharp, "Do the tips get split evenly among everyone?" Ethan grinned confidently without a hint of suspicion. "Of course, everyone gets their share at the end of the shift." Nathan exchanged a glance with Elena, knowing the lie was recorded. By the end of the day, POS data confirmed the $60 tip went straight to Ethan's ID while Mia's ID showed no allocation. Testimony from 3 former employees further solidified the evidence. The membership card system was Victor's idea to siphon digital tips under the guise of modernization. Nathan gripped the report tightly, recalling Mia's words. "Mornings are actually the worst, especially when only a few people get the big share." He muttered, "Tomorrow, this ends." Friday morning, during the breakfast rush, 3 black SUVs pulled into the parking lot of Horizon Bistro. Nathan strode in, no longer the unassuming Hank Grayson but Nathan Caldwell, CEO of Horizon Eatery chain. In a sharp navy suit, his eyes cold as steel. Mia, balancing a tray of food, froze, her gaze wavering between shock and doubt. Diners stopped eating, whispering as Nathan stood in the center of the dining room, his voice booming like thunder. "I'm Nathan Caldwell, CEO of Horizon Eatery chain. Today, every meal is on the house, as we're conducting an urgent investigation into misconduct at this location." The air grew tense, the clink of forks against plates falling silent. Nathan turned to Victor and Ethan, who stood near the coffee station, their faces paling. "On Monday, I was here as Hank Grayson," he said, his voice like tempered steel. I saw you embezzle tips from employees $21,346 over 6 months through manipulated PS systems and loyalty programs. Ethan stammered, blurting out a fatal mistake. Victor, you said no one would check. Victor tried to deflect, his voice trembling. It's just creative management. Nathan cut him off, his eyes piercing. Creative? This is theft. And theft is a crime. He faced the diners, his voice resolute. Victor Reynolds and Ethan set up a system to steal tips from hard-working employees like that young woman. He pointed to Mia, who stood frozen, her eyes glistening. They stole from those busting their tails to serve you. Mia stepped closer, her voice shaky. You're not a driver, are you? Nathan gave a faint, warm smile, his first sign of softness. No, Mia, but your hard work and honesty are real, and I'm here to make sure you're treated fairly. She nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks, but her eyes sparked with hope. Nathan addressed the entire restaurant. Victor and Ethan are terminated immediately. Horizon will pursue legal action against them for theft and fraud. Applause erupted from the diners, some standing to cheer. Victor protested, you have no proof. But Elena stepped forward, holding up a stack of documents and a recording from the POS system. We have everything, transaction data, security footage, and employee testimonies. $436 in tips per week funneled to your personal account, Victor. Anything to say? Victor bowed his head, silent. Ethan, face flushed, mumbled, I was just following orders. Nathan shook his head. Orders don't make stealing right. He signaled the security team, and Victor and Ethan were escorted out amid the crowd's disdainful stares. A month later, Nathan returned to Horizon Bistro number 17. The atmosphere had transformed. Mia, now manager Mia Thornton, wore a crisp new uniform, her badge gleaming on her chest. A digital display at the counter transparently showed tip totals and their distribution. Mia greeted Nathan with a radiant smile. Hi, or should I say Mr. Caldwell? Nathan laughed. Nathan's fine. How are you doing, Mia? She gave him a tour of the restaurant, pointing to a new mission statement on the wall. Honesty is the foundation. Success is the reward. Thanks to the settlement from Victor and Ethan's case, I paid off my school loans, Mia said, her eyes shining. I'm graduating with my business degree next month, and I still love this job. Talking to customers. It's just, I'm not tired from being treated unfairly anymore. Nathan nodded, recalling her words. I love this job, talking to customers. It's just, I'm tired of being treated like this. He felt proud seeing her resilience rewarded. A new anonymous reporting system had been rolled out across Horizon Eatery chain, making it easy for employees to speak up without fear of retaliation. Marcus, the regional manager, underwent retraining on ethics and oversight, vowing to prevent future failures. Nathan watched Mia manage the restaurant with newfound confidence, directing staff with skill and fairness. A young employee ran up, asking, Mia, can I set this table for the new group? Mia nodded, smiling. Great job, but check Caleb's section first. Make sure everyone's got work. Nathan smiled, knowing Mia wasn't just a manager, she was a true leader. As he left the restaurant, Nathan got a call from Elena about a similar issue at an Oregon branch. Looks like our work's not done, she said. Nathan nodded, glancing back at Mia through the glass. She was laughing with a customer, her eyes bright, free of the dark circles that once haunted them. He muttered, accountability isn't just a buzzword, it's a promise. He climbed into his car, ready for the next investigation, carrying the image of Mia, a testament that justice doesn't just punish the guilty but lifts up those who deserve better. The story at Horizon Bistro number 17 delivers a powerful lesson about justice and integrity. Mia, a diligent server, was robbed of her tips by Victor and Ethan's corrupt system. Yet her perseverance and loyalty to her work carried her through. Nathan Caldwell, under the guise of Hank Grayson, not only exposed the truth but reshaped the company's culture, restoring hope for people like Mia. The takeaway is clear. Honesty and accountability aren't just words. They're actions that protect those who deserve better. The anonymous reporting system and transparent tip-sharing prove that positive change is possible when leaders stand up for justice. Each of us can make a difference by refusing to stay silent in the face of unfairness. Like, share, and subscribe to catch more inspiring and dramatic stories. Let's spread the message of honesty and fairness together.